Before I show you the new stuff, which really isn't that new today, quick review of where we've been here. So if you look at this first one, part A is what's the order of A? Yeah, we do need to know what that word means. I can't help you on Thursday if that word's there. Order is the same thing as what's the size of the matrix, what's the dimensions. Which one comes first, columns or rows? Rows followed by columns. So if you look at matrix number 1 here, what are we looking at as far as the order? What by what? 2 rows by 3 columns. Perfect. It seems simple, but I'm going to ask that on Thursday. All right, I'm going to ask that. Also, can you pick off a certain number inside the matrix for me? How about in part B here, letter I, or number 1, 2, 3? What's in 2, 3? -1. First of all, where am I looking? What's the first number represent? Row 2, column 3. So match them up with your fingers, pencils. Row 2, column 3, negative. That's all I want. -1/5. And then what's in 1, 2? 2. Row 1, column 2. I got a 2 there. All right, so just a little quick review. Any issues? Please, those are free points, really. All right, so let's talk about when I set 2 matrices equal. If they're the same size, these are both 2 by 2, both 2 by 2. When they're the same size, every element is equal to the corresponding one in the other matrix. So for instance, if I start out with, hey, what's the value of x? I just look in the other matrix and what's in place of x? 4. So x equals 4. Why? Because I already told you they're equal to each other. All right, if the matrices are equal, their corresponding spots are equal. Z, another easy one. What's in place of Z spot?
3.
3, no issues yet. All right, what's the value of y? Well, I do have to do a little quick algebra here, don't I? 2y, though, is equal to what? What's in its spot? 12. All right, I don't think we have any issues now solving for y. All right, so y equals 6. All right, so when I have the 2 matrices equal, their corresponding spots are equal. Not bad. Here's what we're getting into today. Solve an equation with the matrix now. All right, before I show you how to solve, let me tell you what the heck is happening. Here's what I'm looking for. I need your help. 2 times this mystery matrix that you're going to make for me. 2 times this matrix added to matrix A will give me matrix B. What's the mystery matrix? That's for you to determine. I'm going to turn this into Wednesday and Thursday of last week. Remember when you guys multiplied by a number? You multiplied and you added it. You multiplied and you subtract it. That's what I'm going to turn this into. Forget about the matrices first. Forget about them. Help me solve x now. Help me solve for x. Don't even worry what's over there. Help me solve this equation for x and watch what ends up happening. First move. Solving for x. What do I got to move over?
The A.
The A. How?
Subtract it.
Subtract the A over. I subtract the A over. 2x equals, got to keep the order, B minus.
A.
We're all good. One more step to get the x by itself. Divide both sides by
2.
Okay, now we got to talk quickly here. I don't divide numbers by 2 in a matrix, do I? I've never asked you to divide by a number. Instead, we always multiply. So can you help me? And I'd like you to do this every time. Don't divide by 2. It's the same as multiplying by
1.
Dividing by 2, same as multiplying by 1/2. All right, I'd like you to multiply.
So you don't want to.
I prefer you don't. You can get away with it, but I want to stay consistent to what I've been teaching you guys. So 1/2 times.
B minus A.
This could have been on a Delta Math last week, and everyone would have been fine. So that's how you're going to find matrix X. We're going to do B minus A, and then multiply that result by 1/2. That's how we're getting to matrix X. Questions there? All right, let's go. B minus A first. I'm just going to rewrite them. Some of you guys can probably do this without rewriting, but I feel more comfortable rewriting. B minus A. Just let me separate this. All right, watch out for your double negatives. If you got to use your calculator, use the darn thing. You know how I rolled last week. So here we go. -6 minus 1, -7, 9 minus 0. Double negative coming up here, 5 minus a -5. And 1 minus 2. So there's B minus A. Now to find matrix X, multiply it by 1/2. Leave them as a decimal or fraction. I don't care. It will not bother me either way. And there's matrix X that fits in that equation. So if I multiplied it by 2, added A, I'll get B. All I want you to do is solve the equations first. Solve the equation for X and turn it into a question we did all last week. Any issues going? Because they're going to get a little bit tougher as far as what I need you to solve when I need you to solve for X, but that's about it. Anything you want to ask? All right, start on the next one. Four times matrix A plus 3 times matrix B is the same as multiplying -2 times this mystery matrix. All right, get X by itself. What's your move? What do I need to do on both sides to get -2 out of there? Divide both sides by -2. Not a big fan of division. So instead of saying divide by -2, multiply 4A plus 3B by -1/2. Yep. And there it is. That's how I'm going to find matrix X.
So
Yep.
when you so you don't do both, right? So you put divide by -2 up there, but you could also just do what you did below too. So it's
Instead of showing divide by -2, multiply by -1/2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's fine. And another thing, I'm never going to do this, but if you feel comfortable doing this, could you distribute the -1/2 here? Yeah, that's fine. You could. You can get away with that. I'm not comfortable doing that, but I want to keep it consistent to what I've been showing you last week. All right, so go ahead, 4A and 3B. Take your time. I think some of you found out last week, hey, one little mistake, even if it's a sign mistake, can throw off the entire matrix. Even though this stuff is pretty easy, it's real easy to make a mistake too, unfortunately. And then at the end, multiply it by -1/2. If anybody sees a mistake up here with me, let me know, because it happens all the time. Fractions or decimals, fine. Okay, I made a mistake. No one called me out there. That should be -31, and that should be, and this should be -31, which gives me +15.5. There we go. Anything confusing? Because I'm nothing's changing here. These last two problems. Anything? All right, let's do this. First, your move. Add A, sure. Let's get the A over, add it over. I got 3x. Now, how you write this is up to you. That's up to you how you write this. I'm going to keep it the -1/2 b first and then add A. But if you want to write A -1/2 b, hey, your call, your show. Next. Okay, divide by 3. When I rewrite it, though, you're going to see me multiply by what? The entire thing by 1/3. And again, you want to distribute? Go, distribute. All right, I'm not going to stop you there. You can distribute and still get the same answer. All right, let's see what you got. -1/2 b plus A, and then multiply it by 1/3. Oh, here we go. -1/2 b.
So is the goal of when you're rewriting the equation is to get B and A on one side and then X on the other side?
X should be completely by itself before you do any multiplying or adding or subtracting. Completely by itself. Again, you want to leave that negative 16 thirds, negative 5.3 repeating. Sure. Negative 5 1/3. Sure. Questions? And I just got one here. I'm not going to be repetitive. Just got one more. It's about as complex as I can get here. So solve for x. All right, what's your move?
Add 1/3.
Yeah, I like it. Let's add 1/3 a over. Ooh, what about here? This is why I picked this one in particular, this step right here.
Multiply by 3.
I can multiply both sides by 3 if, okay,
Or you
you could divide by 1/3, but dividing by the third is the same as multiplying by 3. Yeah, so you'll get there either way. So we're going to do 3 times matrix B plus 1/3 matrix A. That's going to be where our final answer is. Again, anybody feeling crazy, want to distribute the 3? Feel free. Feel free. I'm going to leave it like that and figure it out from there. Any issues with my numbers? Okay. I'm all set. I'm not going to waste your time. You got a Delta Math tomorrow, Wednesday's review, Thursday's the quiz. I'll try to be here on Friday because it's not going to get pretty on Friday. So might be a good time. Some of you guys still have incomplete Delta Maths. Now that you have over 20 minutes remaining in class, might want to get those done. All right. All the grades I put in this morning are all up to date. So some of you guys might want to go back and complete those.
I